to Movies, Films, and Flicks Data. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who is currently recording this episode while riding a jet ski. Jake Pruitt.
I hope you have a good, you're able to take the noise out, because it's pretty loud out here.
You sound great.
Jet skis aren't quiet. They're not built for podcasting.
I think when people hear this, they might consider me to be the greatest editor ever.
I mean, if you can get out all this noise and these seagulls and it's pretty choppy out in the water today. So if you can get all this background noise out, then, you're doing a good job.
Do you have earbuds in? You don't have the phone to your ear, do you?
I've got like a hands-free kit on. So I've got like one of those headset mics, but it's not great.
Man.
So it's probably picking up a lot of other noise.
How fast are you going?
I've stopped at the moment. I'm just kind of bobbing on the waves out, but I'm going to start heading back soon. My rental's almost up.
Got it. Would you do the hour rental?
Yeah, I've got like 15 minutes left. So.
Well, we'll knock this out. So let's drop this before you have to head back to shore. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I sent you all this data, and you picked the jet ski episode. So what led you to wanting to talk about jet ski data?
Two things. I've been on a jet ski, which I know isn't a brag. It's not much of a brag. I did it when I was like 10. I've been on a jet ski. Everyone look at me. Secondly, because I want to talk about Waterworld. I know you've got one of your data posts is on Waterworld, but it's on the sea beast scene, which I do not remember. I remember one scene in Waterworld, and I think about it every couple of weeks for the past few years for the first and only time I've seen Waterworld, which is when Kevin Costner is in some kind of an aircraft. I don't remember what, and he needs to get something from the water. I don't remember what. And there's like three people on jet skis all diverging towards that thing in the water. I don't remember what it is. I don't know. All I remember is Kevin Costner being in this aircraft of some kind.
His catamaran boat.
Okay. He's handing what is a normal rope, not a bungee cord, a normal rope to somebody on that craft, says, tie this off. The other end is tied around his waist. He then jumps off of it before it has been tied. Remember, this is not a bungee cord. This is a rope. Standard rope. Falls, grabs the thing in the water, somehow bungees back up again, and the three jet skis all diverge and explode. I'd love that scene for many, many reasons. Just because of the ridiculousness. Like, had he not grabbed the thing in the water, those jet skis all still would have hit each other and exploded.
That's why jet ski cinema is so bad.
Jet skis are terrible.
Thematically. They're just not entertaining. They're kind of boring, right?
Yeah, they're boring to ride on. Not even in a film. If you're on one, the novelty wears off within minutes.
Well, except for today, because you seem to be enjoying yourself.
Well, that's because I'm jet skiing whilst podcasting, so it's more the podcasting I'm enjoying. The jet ski is just kind of a happy byproduct.
So this article, we were doing a podcast and we were having the same exact conversation, basically where in Hard Rain, Christian Slater's being chased by a jet ski, and the jet ski hits a wall, and the guy has to make a 7-point turn to get around. Right?
Yeah, they're not built for interior transport.
In Transporter Refueled, he just goes in a straight line and drives up onto the beach. In Deep Rising, he's driving a jet ski around a cruise liner. Really hurts my soul. In Shark Night, I did a data article. This guy's on a jet ski riding in a straight line, and a shark overpasses him and eats him. So what I've noticed is, movies that feature jet ski action scenes, they have a Rotten Tomato average of 29%, and they only average an inflated domestic box office of $49 million on $82 million budgets. So they don't
make sense.
Yeah, they're not good, and they don't make money.
This makes a lot of sense. I mean, that list of films you just ran off, the only one of those that I even halfway like is Hard Rain, and I don't think it's a good film.
Yeah, I also have Fool's Gold, Double Dragon, Piranha 3D, The Pacifier, and You Don't Mess with the Zohan. And I like the You Don't Mess with the Zohan scene, just simply because Adam Sandler's chasing after the jet ski like a dolphin. And so that's where the humor comes from. And then he puts a piranha in his pants, and everyone's impressed that it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember that scene from Zohan. Fine. But yeah, the comedy comes from, look, the bad guy has picked this ridiculous mode of transport. I'm going to easily beat him.
Yeah. And what can you do? I know we keep going back to this, but you said, like Speed 2, they're just going in a straight line. Shark Night, going in a straight line. Fool's Gold, going in a straight line. Double Dragon, straight line.
It's because they, as you've said, when the guys go around the school in Hard Rain, they don't corner well. So if you're going to watch somebody corner on a jet ski, it's not going to look great. It's going to look awkward.
And I'm in the water, a jet ski's coming at me. I'm just going to go under the water.
Yeah. They're stuck on one plane. They're stuck on the plane that is the surface of the water.
With a boat, you have the engine, right? You're a little worried about the engine. You know, what could hit you? Could your hair get wrapped in it like piranha and just scalp you? But a jet ski, no.
And you can't look cool on a jet ski. It's just...
No.
It's just not... It's like, you can kind of look cool on a motorbike. I don't like them myself, but on a jet ski, it just looks kind of sad.
The only person who has ever looked cool on a jet ski was Danny McBride in that Eastbound and Down, because he was just riding around in a tiny lake and loving the fact that he is riding a jet ski. It's Danny McBride understanding how dumb it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. He's on board with how silly he's like leaning into the silliness of the jet ski.
But yeah. I gotta tell you this. So this was my first ever huge hit on Reddit. It got like 24.3 thousand upvotes, 1.4 thousand comments. Like it got mentioned in Slash Film and a bunch of weird publications. But this one was tougher than I thought, because I had to go through and I had to find. I accidentally left out a scene in The Pacifier where Vin Diesel is on a jet ski. And I think
it's okay to leave out a scene in The Pacifier. Yeah. That's fine.
And then I had to go through and I had to find like Tomb Raider 2. Angelina Jolie is on a jet ski, but it's not a jet ski action scene. So there's jet ski scenes in Jack and Jill, Caddyshack, 50 First Dates, Billy Madison, the Point Break remakes, Blue Crush, Tammy, Hitch, The Spy Who Loved Me, Jackass 3D, Into the Blue. And those movies, right? They only have a tomato meter average of 44.8. So even the movies that just feature jet skis.
Yeah, The Spy Who Loved Me is just he rides a jet ski at one point.
Yeah.
That's not much of an action scene.
Too Fast, Too Furious. They go in a straight line.
On Hitch, doesn't Will Smith kick Eva Mendes in the face on a jet ski or something?
And a lot of people wanted to argue with me saying that was in fact a jet ski action scene since she got kicked in the head.
I mean, no. It's not really an action scene. It's unintentional for one thing. He accidentally kicks her in the face. It's not really a fight.
Yeah.
No.
And then there's a
You're
scene
saying that's an action scene.
No, I had so there's 1.4 thousand comments and I had about 30 saying I think they were just kind of they were stirring the pot a little bit. They were kind of they were like in a swimming pool doing donuts with a jet ski, messing all the water up.
You could technically say that like Will Smith kicking is an action and it's in a scene, so it's an action, but no, it's tenuous at best.
And then, in that movie Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, he did that movie Gold too. And he has another, Sahara, where he's hunting down gold. So he loves gold in movies.
He's just a gold digger.
Oh, brother. But there's a scene where this lady just falls off. So they're going, there's the action scene. And she just falls off the jet ski, and she's fine.
What happens? Does she fall into water and be fine?
Yeah, she probably rolled a little bit, but fine. You're riding on a motorcycle.
She's wet. Oh no, yeah. She was already on a jet ski and soaked.
You are on a motorcycle. Watch John Wick, right? John Wick 3. You're on a motorcycle, and you're a henchman, and you fall off that motorcycle. It's probably lights out. Or you're on a snowmobile, which I've done the data for that too. You fall, you might hit a tree, or you might do something. But I don't know. People do run into boats on jet skis because they're just going crazy. Yeah. There are like fatalities that way. But in an action scene where people just get knocked off their jet ski, it's no good.
Yeah, unless there are like sharks in the water, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. And one of my favorite comments, though, some guy wrote this, and it got like 9.5 thousand upvotes. The guy wrote, "I need to know what prompted this. This is the absolute strangest stat. I feel like I'm watching a baseball game and the announcer said one of those random as hell stats that all seem to know, that everyone seems to know. And for the folks at home who don't know, Howard is batting a huge 813 when it's a Monday night game where it rained between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. and he had a Campbell's chicken noodle soup for lunch." And that's a beautiful comment. And I think that's why people love this one so much, because, my dumb data, I know it's not going to change the world. And I know in a lot of cases there is no right answer. Well, when I do that, it follows, that kind of stuff. But I think this one was so random that it just made people laugh. And
it's kind of out of nowhere. I mean, you've raised an apt point in that jet ski action scenes. No one seems to like them. They don't make any money.
Yeah,
that might be coincidence, but I think it's not.
Yeah, I guess there's a correlation, but I won't claim causation. But
Yeah.
I think that's why people really liked it, because some guy wrote, obscure facts can be the most fun. And I don't know, I think this one really sums up movies, films, and flicks, and movies, films, and flicks data, because it's so weird, it's so random. And it's not going to make anyone bust out laughing. I just want someone at work, like, so Jay, you're at work. I want you chuckling, right? I want you to see this and go,
It's the kind of thing where if I see it, I'm going to click on it, because, like, you know what, that is interesting. Well, that's kind of a good point. I'm amused, I'm mildly amused, and I'll click at it, and I'll read it, and I think, yeah, this guy's got a point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what if that's the reaction that people can give me, that's what I want. It's just something to kind of make you laugh, something to kind of make you think differently. But this one, it's kind of funny because this came from an organic spot for me, because I do think they're boring. I remember, have you seen Police Academy 3?
I have, but I could not tell you what happens in it.
It's just a bad boat chase. Like,
yeah, is it not in Police Academy 5? That's the one with the guy in Miami.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, you're right. Think about the boat chase in Face Off, right? It's just John Travolta and Nicolas Cage whapping each other with boats and anchors. That's very exciting because a boat wipeout is more gnarly, right? And also, a lot of people kept arguing with me, saying that that they were on jet skis.
No,
boat
no, they're in
action
boats.
scene. But right, that's exciting because you're on a boat. I don't know. Have you seen Hard Rain?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Hard Rain.
Actually, we're working on our aquatic. What'd you say? Our soggy?
Our soggy saga.
Yeah, our soggy saga.
The scary soggy saga.
But Deep Blue Sea, so that doesn't have a jet ski. And then we're going to talk about, we talked about Anaconda. Lake Placid. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about Piranha 3D. There's a jet ski scene in that.
Yeah.
But that one, he's shooting, that one's meant, it's during chaos and he's shooting piranhas. So I like that one because it's not so much about the jet ski. It's more about the heroism.
Yeah. And again, like Piranha 3D is kind of a comedy.
Yeah.
So I think that's when the jet ski kind of works, is when it's used for a comedic effect. Hence you like the scene and you don't mess with the Zohan. Comedy.
And then also, all right, so here's how to make a jet ski scene good. I love the one in Zohan. I like the one in Piranha, and also in Transporter 2, when Jason Statham steals a jet ski, but there's a woman still on board, and then he uses the jet ski to jump onto land and onto a bus. And at the end of it, the lady waves at him like, "I'm gonna miss you." Like, that's a good bit. Like, so he steals a jet ski, he commandeers it with a lady, she's all into him, and then he jumps it to get onto a bus. I'll give that a pass.
Yeah, and he's on a jet ski, but wearing a full suit.
Oh.
So, like, that's how you look cool on a jet ski, is you dress inappropriately.
That's an amazing point. So you should, I love it.
It's hard. Like, Statham in a suit, he's gonna look cool whatever he's doing.
Yeah. And
it's Statham in a suit.
And you could put him on anything. Like a four-wheeler, dune buggy.
Just see him on a big wheel.
Yeah.
He would look great. Look cool in a suit.
You know how, like, just play it for laughs? Well,
yeah.
Man, imagine him, like, in Cars, he's always very exciting. You could put him on one of those, those things at the mall that go around in circles. There's, like, horses, not a Ferris wheel.
A carousel.
A carousel. He would look great. Yeah. He would make a Ferris wheel seem exciting. In a suit.
Yeah, as soon as he got on it, it would suddenly increase speed because it's Jason Statham. That's the effect he has on motors.
But yeah, so this one was my first big hit, and it kind of led me to do more. I mean, this was well over 2 years ago when I this is probably 2016, maybe, when I started this. I don't know. This is kind of what kicked me off into my dumb data. This is before I did the Deep Blue Sea data and the kind of other random ones. And I think this is what gave my dumb data about jet skis, is what gave me confidence to kind of start my dumb data.
There is nothing too random. I can do anything.
Yeah. I'm invincible. Yeah. Pierce Brosnan. Do you think Pierce Brosnan would look cool on a jet ski?
I'm not a Brosnan fan. So, Brosnan as Bond is one of my worst Bonds.
Got it.
I don't think he'd